founded Prairie City Bakery with the first product called Muffin Tops, a product that was later featured on The Seinfeld Show, for all of you Seinfeld people. Prairie City Bakery currently sells over 80 items, including ooey gooey butter cakes. That sounds pretty good to me. Cookies, danishes, muffins, cinnamon rolls, brownies, and more to the food service industry, convenience stores, and drug chain markets worldwide. His company is also the official cookie of the Chicago Cubs. And Cardinals fans and Sox fans like to eat them too. And they sell their bakery goods to approximately 20,000 locations nationally. Bill speaks regularly to business and entrepreneurial students at the University of Wisconsin-Madison, Bradley University, Augustana College, and of course his alma mater, Eastern Illinois University, on starting a business and the lessons learned along the way. Please join me in a heartfelt welcome for our commencement speaker, Mr. Bill Skeens.
Good afternoon. President Glassman, members of the faculty, graduates, and their families, ladies and gentlemen. Let me first express my great appreciation for this honor you've given me here today to be able to address the December graduating class of 2016. 39 years ago, I was sitting exactly where you are today, and I became a proud graduate of Eastern Illinois University. I was not, however, the very best student that ever walked the halls of Old Main. In fact, I was actually in the half of the class that made the top half possible. I'm happy to say I graduated with a degree in marketing, and my time here has provided me with many, many valuable lessons that I still use today. Eastern taught me not only the framework of learning, but also challenged me to be curious and to never be afraid to ask all the necessary questions. As you start your career, one of the challenges I have for you is to always be looking for a better solution and ways to continually improve yourself and the work that you do. Don't settle for good enough. Be proud of the work that you do, as it's your signature on every project you do. Sometimes you're going to find yourself in a position where you have to make decisions without having all the information. In that case, as you gain experience, trust your gut. If you're wrong, that's okay too. If you fail at something, fail forward and just make sure you learn from it. While here at Eastern, I had many opportunities for various leadership roles. My first was when I arrived on campus as a 17-year-old freshman from Kenwood High School on Chicago's South Side, known as the Wood. I became one of the original founding members and first captain of Eastern's ice hockey team, which was a great experience for me. I was also very active in the residence hall system, and I was an RA in Thomas and Carmen for 2.5 years that also helped me with a lot of leadership skills as well. I did start my first business called Skeens Enterprises in my dorm room over in Thomas Hall. I bought and sold peanuts, popcorn, and taffy apples that were sold at the various front desks of all the dorms and also at movies on the quad. I would buy those 50-pound burlap sacks of peanuts and I'd break them into small bags and then sell them to the different dorms, who then sold them to the students. It was not unusual for me to sell 50 cases of taffy apples or a couple hundred bags of peanuts on a fall weekend. One year I went home at Thanksgiving and I asked my mom if I could bring the Santa Claus suit back to school with me. And she reminded me, that's fine, but you better bring it home at Christmas. I put a small ad in the Eastern News and offered a rent-a-claus service. And between Thanksgiving and Christmas, I would do Christmas parties for $10 an appearance on the various floors in the women's dorms. One weekend I did 16, it gets better. One weekend I did 16 parties on all 8 floors of both Lawson and Andrews. One of the biggest opportunities that I missed was not making that bet the night before with some of the guys in Thomas Hall that I could get every girl in both dorms to actually sit on old Santa's lap. My first job after Eastern was at Sara Lee Bakery, various sales and marketing position, and then I started my own business called Prairie City Bakery. And that's what I've been doing for the last 23 years. Starting a business from scratch is not without its challenges. And I wanted to share some of the lessons that I hope will be beneficial to you. One of the questions I regularly get asked is, when did you know you were successful, and what's your definition of success? What I tell people is I've always been successful, and I'm sure all of you have been too. For me, success is about being the absolute best you can be in both your professional life and whatever your career choice may be, and in your personal life. It's about how you carry yourself. It's how you treat people, how your life can have a positive impact on others. Many people think success is only about dollars and cents, and this just isn't true. Some of the most successful people I know are not wealthy at all. Last weekend, I watched that old classic movie, It's a Wonderful Life, with Jimmy Stewart. And that old George Bailey is a great reminder to all of us that even though he went broke, he was indeed the richest man in town. I always think of success as a journey, sort of like a winding road. Success is not just some place or destination that someday you arrive at. If you think you're going to magically feel successful once you get a certain job title or earn a certain amount of money, I can tell you from experience, you're going to be disappointed. Success is all about the journey. Don't wait for someday to be successful. I can almost guarantee you that whatever you do, your journey will take lots of twists and turns. No one's journey is a straight line up. There will be many detours and shifts in your life, and many that you never anticipated. I've found there are 3 things that I believe are critical to success. And that is passion, perseverance, and persistence. You have to have passion about what you do, and you gotta make sure that you have fun at it. It's almost like you would do the job for free. You need to have perseverance, because if you get knocked down, which we all do, you need to be able to get back up, dust yourself off, and get back into the game. Finally, you need persistence. Nothing motivates me more than when somebody says, no, I can't do something. You have to be willing to put in the hard work it takes to be successful. I'd also, though, like to remind everyone that success is not just about your professional career. It's also about your family, your kids, and your community. The things that you make time for in your life is what you truly value. Go to your kids' ball games. Take time to go to their school plays. Invest not just in your career, but in your family and those relationships that are important to you. I can absolutely promise you, you won't regret it later. I'd also like to encourage you to volunteer with organizations that are meaningful to you. All of us should give back to our communities. Anytime I volunteered for anything, I can tell you, not only is it rewarding, but I always get back way more than I give. Many of you know today exactly what you want to do for the rest of your life, and if that's so, great. But some of you don't, and for those that don't worry, that's okay too. Many jobs that are here today were not even invented when I got out of college. You'll figure it out in due time, but it is important to get into the job queue. Your first job will not be your last job, but it will be the first step to figuring out what you want to do and maybe what you don't want to do for the rest of your life. I always think of life as being a set of stepping stones made up of all the different experiences that you've had. Your college major, your summer job, or perhaps a sports team you were on. They all provide you with different lessons that make up who you are. Each stepping stone has helped prepare you for your next step, your next job, or your next stage in life. For example, when my daughter Bree was in 3rd grade, I took her to a high school basketball game. After the game, she said to me, "Dad, how can I be a high school basketball player?" And I told her, "Well, Brianna, the first thing you have to do is to be the best 3rd grade basketball player." She got it, and she went on to play basketball in both high school and college. By being here today, all of you have put yourself in a position to succeed. What you do today is because of the stepping stone you walked on yesterday, and your success tomorrow is because of the stones you are on right now. They all will help get you where you want to go. Some of you might have a job, and if that's so, congratulations. Some of you may be preparing resumes or getting ready for an upcoming job interview. You're all on the right track. But my suggestion is take a minute, look yourself in the mirror, do a self-assessment, and ask yourself, what have you been successful at? Look at how you might add value to your potential employer. All companies want to hire successful people, and past success predicts future success. When you interview, this is no time to be modest. Share your successes. Show all you've learned from your achievements. Make sure your first interview is not your first interview. Practice interviewing with family members or friends and anticipate what that interviewer might ask you. Think of the potential questions and the great answers that are going to put you in the best possible light. You would never go on stage for a musical performance or play in the championship game without practicing first, and an interview is no time to go in cold. I've had some great mentors in my life, and I'd like to share with you the value of mentors. A mentor is an experienced, trusted advisor. It's somebody with particular knowledge about a job or a subject that you're interested in pursuing. My recommendation is always be on the lookout for mentors. People think mentors are hard to find and that it takes a lot of time. That just isn't true. Potential mentors are all around you. It might be a professor or a local businessman or woman, or perhaps a friend of your parents who's in the field that you're pursuing. I've met mentors through friends, while in line for coffee, and even at a baseball game. If you meet somebody like this, always ask them for their business card or contact information, and always have one of yours ready as well. Call or email. Ask them if you can just buy them a cup of coffee. You'll be surprised. People love to tell their story, but more importantly, they genuinely want to help young people and that want to learn from them. Invest in having a meaningful conversation. Ask questions, pick their brains, find out about their journey. Most importantly, listen and don't make it all about you. If they suggest that you do something or tell you to call somebody, just do it, even if you don't see the immediate value. They are investing their personal capital and time in you. Remember, if you're using mentors for a job search, it may not be your mentor that hires you, but it could very well be the person or the company that they introduce you to. Make it easy for them. Don't make your mentor work harder than you're willing to work for your success. This is your life, and no one cares more about you than you. My last thought on mentoring is this: become one. As your career develops, look for ways you can help those coming up behind you. Now, I'm a firm believer in always celebrating your successes, which is what we're all doing here today. And as you go through your life, don't forget to have fun. Always put yourself in a position to succeed. Be the best person you can be. Make your life the best life for you. Your journey is your journey and no one else's. You're all at a very exciting time right now, and I know your parents and your family are very proud of you too. But most important, you all should be very proud of yourself. So, to the Eastern Illinois Fall Graduating Class of 2016, I'd like to say congratulations, thank you again, good luck on your journey, now go get them.